Our next speaker is here to speak today on behalf of Secretary Hillary Clinton. Senator Clinton was in New Hampshire on Saturday, and there was a great get-together in Portsmouth, and there was a great get-together in Manchester. We had a lot of Labour people there, and it was a good time, and we're excited about her candidacy. But today, to speak on behalf of Senator Clinton is U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, who is one of the best friends that Labour has ever had at the U.S. Senate. She came to the Senate in 2000 at the same time as Hillary Clinton, and she has been a champion for working men and women with a lifetime AFL-CIO voting record of 97%. A member of the Senate's Democratic leadership, Senator Stabenow authored the Bring Jobs Home Now Act to end tax cuts for companies who outsource our jobs. Please welcome a great champion of labor, the senior senator from Michigan, Senator Debbie Stabenow.
In Detroit with all my labor friends, and I always need to do a Labor Day parade, so I may go over to Milford after this just to see if I can march a little bit today. It's really terrific to have an opportunity to be here, and I have to say, looking at what all of you have done and are doing, this is the place to be. And Glenn, congratulations on everything that you have done. I think I hold the distinction of being the only sitting senator that ever tried to organize a union when I was in college. Chris, it was a hotel, restaurant, and bartenders union. They were ripping off the students, and we actually shut them down with an informational picket for about a month, and then the rent came due, and it was tough. So we weren't successful like all of you have been, but I did do this. They fired me for an informational picket, and the NLRB got me hired back with full back pay. So go NLRB. Which is why we need a Democratic president, so we have a strong National Labor Relations Board that can do things like reach out to support those who are in contracting positions. And we can have what the president's announcing today as it relates to, again, federal contractors. And you all know why it is so critically important. So I want to thank Glenn, I want to thank Laura, I want to thank everybody that's here representing an important part of labor that really has created the middle class in this country. And I also want to thank and congratulate Linda, because hearing about you and your tenaciousness and your passion, it really is about the heart and soul, not only of the labor movement, but the Democratic Party. So congratulations again for the award that you've given. And it says a whole lot about labor as a family and your values that you are giving out college scholarships. And I know this is something near and dear to Hillary's heart in terms of education. You've heard what she said about making college more affordable. And congratulations for all that you are doing. I also want to thank, I know she already spoke, but your governor is awesome, standing up to the Republicans. Oh my gosh. You know, we've got to take back the state house and the state senate. We have the same problem. We actually have a totally Republican House, Senate, and governorship. It's really bad. And so you at least have a great governor, you have a great senator, and Senator Jeanne Shaheen. And I know that Jean's daughter just got married. They're celebrating the family this weekend, and she's not able to be here. But I can tell you, I work with Jeannie every single day, and she is amazing. New Hampshire made history electing the first former governor to the U.S. Senate. Frankly, I think you ought to do it again. Don't you think that would be good to have two former governors in the United States Senate? We've got to take back the United States Senate. So from where I sit, that would actually be a very good thing. And also Congresswoman Annie Custer, who I know has already spoke, so thank you so much. It is my pleasure to be here for my friend Hillary Clinton. And it was great to see her 2 days ago with Senator Shaheen announcing our Women for Hillary movement right here in New Hampshire on Saturday. It was great. I know that there are at least 8 campaign offices up and going already. There's going to be more. There are all kinds of volunteer efforts going on. You guys know how to do it better than anybody, frankly, and there's a lot of excitement going on. And I know Hillary's going to be here again very soon. And I also know this, that in this primary, all of our Democratic candidates, because in the end we're going to come together after this, and all of our candidates are talking about how to help hardworking Americans get ahead. Now, the Republicans are trying to just get ahead of Donald Trump. Don't you love Donald Trump? Send him money. Let's keep him going, you know. Unbelievable. And you know, I was thinking about how far they have gone astray. And you think back, 1980, Labor Day. You know, all the Republicans loved Ronald Reagan. We all respected Ronald Reagan in some ways. But he gave a speech boasting in 1980, think about this, that he was so proud to be the first former Union president to run for the president of the United States. And he praised immigrants for their hard work and family values. Now, if he gave that speech today, he wouldn't even make it to the main stage on the debate. It's incredible how far they have gone to the extreme right. And they get crazier every minute, right? Yeah. Crazier every single minute. And as usual, it's taken a Democratic president, President Obama, to clean up the disaster, once again, from a Republican president. And now, after Democrats have eliminated 2/3 of the yearly debt and stabilized the economy, the real fight that we know, the real fight is between Republicans who want to keep the system rigged for the wealthy and the well-connected, and Democrats who know there is no real recovery until every American has a fair shot to get ahead. That's the truth. They're laser focused on Wall Street and their multi-billion-dollar buddies that are funding their campaigns, and they forget about everybody else. Well, we as Democrats are the ones fighting for everybody else, which, by the way, is the majority of Americans. And that's why I'm so honored to be here, again, on behalf of my friend Hillary Clinton, because Hillary has been a tenacious fighter for working men and women all of her life. I've known her for about 30 years. We were both 5. I first knew her as a champion for children. I was in the state legislature, and she was First Lady, and we worked together. I knew her then as an outspoken role model for women. I was in Beijing when she made that speech, and let me tell you, that was controversial, saying women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights. And our Hillary Clinton stood up and said that. And then I served with her in the U.S. Senate, and I can tell you, every single day, she was fighting on behalf of working men and women. And I know, because I've seen it in public and private settings, that she believes in all of her being that if you work hard, you should be able to get ahead and stay ahead, period. That's what it means to be an American and have the American dream. She also understands that reclaiming the middle class is directly related to our ability to be in a union and to have the power of collective bargaining. Is it a surprise that wages have gone down, that we're losing the middle class with all the assaults on unions? No. As we strengthen and provide collective bargaining opportunities, the voice in the workplace, the voice at the ballot box, wages will go up. And the middle class will return. And Hillary Clinton understands that. Now, by contrast, Republican presidential candidates from Wisconsin to New Jersey to Ohio to Florida have cut their teeth on destroying collective bargaining and passing right to work. And I know you're fighting that here, right to work for less. Republican candidates know that Hillary Clinton will effectively stand up for working men and women, which is why they don't want to run against her. Trust me on this. I hear them talk in the U.S. Senate. They don't want to run against her because they know how effective she will be. As a senator, Hillary helped lead efforts to raise the minimum wage, protect overtime, pensions, safety in the workplace, fund child care, and create real opportunities for equal pay for equal work. Do you know today If we had real equal pay for equal work, half the women in poverty would not be in poverty. If we just paid them equal pay. That's good for the family, it's good for the economy. And Hillary is totally committed. In other words, Hillary Clinton gets it. She does. She gets it. Like all of us get it. And she understands that in a global economy, we got to make sure it's a race up in standard of living, not a race down. And what does that mean? It means a race up is about fair trade and good wages and health care and pensions and working conditions and access to college. A race down is what we've seen, and frankly, too many times in my state, where the CEO comes in and says, you know, if you'll just work for $1.50, we won't have to move the plant to Mexico. I actually had to ask somebody say that to me. A plant in West Michigan. You know, we're going to have to move unless folks can work for $1.50. Well, we don't believe in a race down. That's a loser for our country. It has to be a race up. And that's why President Hillary Clinton will include her new college compact as one of her top priorities to make college affordable, support for families through paid family leave, closing corporate tax loopholes. I'm not going to have to keep going at it to get the Bring Jobs Home Act done. We'll actually do it. There's nothing more outrageous to me than a plant closing, the workers helping pack it up, maybe training the people taking their place, and then through the tax code you pay for the move. That's outrageous. We've got to close that and bring jobs back, take away those incentives, and Hillary will do that. And she supports a plan to let workers share in corporate profits they generate. I'm very proud to be here today as a Democrat. You've got a lot of places you could be, and you are here as well. And I want to thank everybody for doing that. I'm proud of what we stand for. I'm proud of what we fight for every day, what we believe in our hearts. I'm proud of what Democrats have accomplished to make life better for Americans. You know, with all the struggle going on, we shouldn't forget. 80 years ago, Social Security passed, and it has lifted up a generation out of poverty, Social Security. 50 years ago, Medicare and Medicaid, giving health care to a generation of seniors and people with disabilities. Almost 18 years ago, Children's Health Insurance was passed. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. Civil Rights Act, Voting Rights Act, Wall Street Reform, Affordable Care Act, all of which the Republicans want to weaken or do away with completely. In fact, that's what they passed in their budget. And we are only one Republican president away from all of that happening, which is why this is so incredibly important. And now they say they want to shut the government down if we don't stop funding women's preventative health care. Well, read my lips. We're not going to stop funding women's preventative health care. Let me close by saying that Republicans actually fear Hillary. That's why they're attacking her so much. They are under full-scale assault because they know what I know, that she is the candidate who can beat every single one of those people in November 2016. She has the whole package: a lifetime champion for working families, a proven leader who's gotten things done, and a highly experienced leader in national security and foreign policy. And I have to tell you, I love the fact that the candidate with the most knowledge and experience in foreign policy and national security is a woman. Isn't that kind of cool? And by the way, Mr. Trump, Hillary actually knows who all the world leaders are. She knows who the Kurd forces, and the Kurds are. And she's willing to do any interview on foreign policy. You know, Hillary Clinton and I have shared the title of Senator, and I'm very honored for that. But we now share another very important title, and that's of grandma. And I have to tell you on a personal note that when I think about Inauguration Day 2017, I hope it's as beautiful as today. Can you imagine? Not a cloud in the sky, you're looking up at that White House. You're going to be there? You're going to come? Everybody's going to come? we're going to look, and the President of the United States walks down, you know, and she raises her hand. I want my granddaughter Lily to not only know, but to see that she can be anything she wants to be if she works hard and follows her dreams. With Hillary Clinton, we can make history again, and it all starts here. So, you know, we make cards in our state, and we know, we have a saying, that when you want to go forward, you put it in D. When you want to go backward, you put it in R. So let's put it in D. Let's go forward. Join the Hillary